What is so hard about reading a science text? These days, there is the expectation that all students will read grade-level informational texts. When states began to work together to develop the Common Core standards, there was concern that students were not able to read complex science and social studies texts at grade level. There was a feeling that the reading material in schools had been dumbed down. This led to the development of English Language Arts Standard 10, which is about reading complex literary and informational works, including science texts. There are several reasons why science texts are challenging. First, students usually have more experience reading fiction and narratives versus informational texts, so the genre of science informational texts is less familiar. Secondly, there are not statewide tests for science at every grade level. Science instruction often takes a back seat to literacy and math instruction. This leads to inconsistency in science instruction. Students could be missing important background science information that was supposed to be taught at an earlier grade. Lastly, there may be fewer opportunities to engage in discussions about science in social or community settings. For example, at a birthday party, it would be more common to tell stories or narratives versus talking about science. There are also some distinct linguistic features that make science texts challenging. This somewhat daunting table shows 4 common linguistic features of science texts. You can pause the video and read through the table. Think about whether you have noticed these linguistic features in science texts. For this week, we will focus on 3 ways to help bilingual students access grade-level text. 1. Build the field. 2. Unpack the text. 3. Require student interaction. We start with Build the Field. Before a science text ever lands in the hands of a student, there are many hands-on and discussion activities that will prime students for the reading. Weeks can be spent building the field. Students must know a lot about the topic before they are even given the text to read. The idea of building the field connects to a beloved ESL strategy called Teach the Text Backwards. Think about the traditional textbook teaching sequence. Students read the text, answer questions, discuss, and then they get to do the fun application activities. When you teach the text backwards, students do the fun application activities first. Then they talk, try to figure out the questions and answers, and finally they read the text. Through this backwards sequence, students will know a lot more about the topic before they read the text. After building the field, we move on to the idea of unpacking the text. We already know how complicated the linguistic features of science texts are. So where do we start? For our purposes, we're going to start with a simple yet powerful strategy, paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is restating the meaning of the text in your own words. Pause the video and give it a try with this short passage. Paraphrasing is an excellent check for science comprehension. It also is a valuable language task. Paraphrasing helps you use the technical vocabulary, conductor, electricity, graphite, and helps you take apart a high-density paragraph. Paraphrasing is similar to summarizing. With paraphrasing, you give the details of the whole text in your own words. With summarizing, on the other hand, you select only the important information and you delete the non-essential points. This is an excellent time to invite students' home languages into the classroom. For emerging bilingual students, using the home language is a valuable scaffold. For students who are more advanced bilinguals, using the home language adds a layer of linguistic thinking to the task. 2 scenarios for using the home language are presented on this slide. Notice how students are asked to reflect on their linguistic work in this task. This reflection on language is an essential part of unpacking the text. The last step is number 3, require interaction. By interaction, we mean talking about the text in a structured way. Dialogue is a way for students to clarify their understanding. Students also practice using the vocabulary and sentence structures of science language. Science talk about science texts. Next, you will complete the Explore activities for this week, and then move on to a Make It Work option